What's going on, everybody? 20 minutes on the clock. Alright, welcome to the first episode of Explore the Metal. Since it's kind of new and I'm just starting out, I'm going to go ahead and pre-pick the bands for these first couple of episodes. Instead of exploring around, just to see how this whole thing flows together and see what you guys think. And if you like it, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. If you don't like it, who cares? I'm doing this for me anyway. But, alright, so we're going to start with some hometown bands. I was born and raised here in St. Louis. We're going to start with some St. Louis bands. Why don't we? I'm going to start with first band, Seventh of Never. The singer, Dan Coleman, we've known each other for 30-something years, since like high school, 9th grade, 10th grade, somewhere around there in high school. And we only lived a couple of blocks apart. He's been playing in bands all around town ever since then. And actually all these guys in the bands have played in bands and are in other bands all the way back in the early 80s in the glam days. I believe the guitarist had a band called Cherry Splits. I think he's the one that wrote all the music for that band, and he wrote the music for Seventh of Never. These guys, they came together in 95 and then played around town for a little bit, then disbanded. And got back together not too long ago and created their first album called The Theory of Evolution. So why don't you go to their Facebook page now. You can type in Seventh of Never, and that's seventh spelled out, and hit like on their page and play along with me in this little interactive video of supporting metal bands and finding new bands. So hit that like for me. Right now they got 540 likes. Let's see that number go up, because I'm going to write that down so I know if you guys are watching or not. But check them out. Let's see, go to the About, see what they have to say. Artists we also like: Dream Theater, Queensryche, Avenged Sevenfold. So I'll give you kind of a tale of what they're kind of sounding like when it comes to their music. It's more dramatic music, metal. So that's what I like about it. I love music that takes you on a trip, if you will, or has some nice hooks and melodies and stuff. That's just me. You can go to the About. You can see their page link that takes you to their eBay, or their eBay. Got eBay on the brain. Urban-Picker.com. Take you to their website, and you can buy their CD there, buy shirts, a combo pack, all that good stuff. So check that out. Seventh of Never on Facebook. St. Louis local band. And we're going to start with my favorite song as of right now, called The Anointed One. That's the one that's really stuck out and stuck with me so far as my favorite off the album. So we're going to start there. How about There's a little piece of that. That's probably my favorite one off the album so far. So what'd you think? You like it? Do you like their page? Support the bands. Let's support the bands, man. Let's support the metal. Let's find the new metal. So, I can't wait to get into some episodes where I'm finding some new stuff. So, trying to turn you guys on to some new stuff. Let's go into what looks like the title track of the album called Evolution, shall we? There you go, Evolution. Also, too, if you're on their Facebook page, Seventh of Never, and you scroll down a little bit, there's this link here called Rock Radio Revolution. It's mycitymymusic.com. Live streaming radios and recordings. They did a little sit-in on this show and talked about their album, and they played some of their songs. If you click on that link, it takes you to mycitymymusic.com. And you go up in the upper right and click on radio, come down to Rock Radio Revolution. And what this is a little local show once a week that highlights some St. Louis rock bands. So if you're looking for some, to dig a little deeper into St. Louis music, this is a nice little platform to do so. You can go back and there's 19 episodes saved here. You can go back through and check out. So let's give you one last snippet off their album here. This one's called Burn the Witch. love it, don't you? So I did a search to see if they had anything up on YouTube, and actually found one of their live videos done a year ago. So they've been making this music for a while now. The album came out not too long ago. So you can find them on Facebook, find them on Spotify, and here's a live video. Let's see what this sounds like. That's Burn the Witch, what we just heard. You got a good band when your sound live sounds pretty close to your album and pulling it off really good. I think the first band that ever did that for me was the first band I ever saw live, mainstream band, and that was Tesla when they opened for Def Leppard in the Round way back in 87ish. They sounded so much like their album that it just blew me away, and been a Tesla fan ever since. So I have a lot of respect for bands who can pull off their album sound. You know that they're just not all gimmicked up in the studio. So there you are. There's everything. It's 7th and ever. We're at 13 minutes, 7 minutes left in this episode. So let's get on to the next band. I was going to pull up another band, local. I actually have not been following these guys in a long time. They've been around since like early 80s, mid 80s. And they've had a little bit of success, called Conquest. If you go Conquest... Whoops, I think it's Conquest Metal. Where is it not showing up? Photos, pages. There we go. Yes, Conquest Metal on Facebook. They've got 10,218 likes on their page. And I really haven't paid close attention to these guys in a long time. I hate to say it, their music always seemed very, at least what I heard back in the day, it was very just one-dimensional. So I'm sure they've grown since then. I mean, this was a long time ago, so I've never really followed them. So they got a new album out, or they got a new song here called New August. So I'm going to click on that. It's on their Facebook page. Let's see what it sounds like here. From the release, The World Has Gone to Hell. You know, it's obviously I'm liking this song. It's not as one-dimensional as I was thinking that their older stuff was in my head. So I have to go back and check out all their stuff because I guess I never really gave them a fair shake. Let's see. So go to their Facebook page, Conquest Metal, and give them a like. And then they have a website too, conquestmetal.com, which says cannot be reached. So either they got a bad link or their website is down. So no website to go to. Whoops. So you can like them on Facebook. I checked them out on Spotify. Their last album was released in 2015. It was Under the Influence, and that was a bunch of covers on there. I'll check that one out later. Let's see, the album before that was 2013, The War We Raged. So let me just pick one off of here and see what we got. Never Forget, off of The War We Rage.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
I've got to go back and check these guys out. I never gave them a fair shake, obviously, or they've grown as musicians. What I'm remembering, like when I was 15, 14 years old, there was a place down on the landing downtown called First Rock. And I remember they were in a battle of the bands with the singer that I've known in Seventh of Never. He was in a band called Fast Forward, which was in the Battle of the Bands competition too. And actually, Conquest had a different singer at that time, if I remember correctly. Another guy named Tony, I believe. And if I remember correctly, the winner of that Battle of the Bands was actually Anacrusis, which some of you guys might know. I think they were signed to, was it Metal Blade Records, and had a little bit of success. Conquest, they've got albums, like I said, cassettes going back to the mid-'80s. And every time I come across them here in St. Louis, I usually put them up on my eBay store, urban-picker.com. I usually sell for about $50 or so. So their older stuff's kind of collectible if you can get it. So they've had a little bit of success around the country. So you can check them out on Facebook. Obviously, they have some videos up here too. You can check them out on. I'm sure they've got YouTube videos out there too. But we're right at our time for this to be over with. So we're going to cut this episode off, and I will see you in the next 20. Later.